This futures live stream event is proudly brought to you by MightyOxTrading. All information contained herein should be considered for educational and entertainment purposes only. Nothing seen or heard should be considered financial advice. Good evening and welcome to MightyOxTrading. Happy Monday. Hope everyone's had a great day or ready for a great evening. I actually had a great day and I didn't realize how great it was until a couple minutes ago. Wow, a lot of people here. Last Monday night I was talking to myself for half an hour. Good evening, G-Man, Cossack. Hey, Kim, how you doing? Troy, hey, we live stream Mondays and Wednesday evenings from 7 to 9. So, we will look over the day quick and then we'll talk about my day quick. When did I answer myself? I might have. So we saw the market go up and down today. Big move up, pull back at the end, same on NQ. Oh, yeah. I mean, last Monday it was like nobody showed up for like 45 minutes to talk and chat. Or I was like one person and I was like just talking to myself. Gold had a really big down day today. Ultra Bond went up. Crude oil was up. And Bitcoin was up. So everything was up. So here's today. Hold on. Hey, Nico. So today I was green on several accounts. So I thought I was only green on 3 accounts. I was up 378 on MyFundedFutures. I was up 410 on Flexytrade. I was up $80 on Funded Futures Network. But what I didn't realize, guys, a while back I had set up the copy trader on Quant Tower with Flexytrade to also, to test it out, set it up, copy trading the Apex, my funded Apex account. What I didn't realize is that was still set up today, and I didn't realize I was trading the Apex account, and I ended up $394 on the funded Apex account today. So that was a nice surprise. Gets that account almost back to green. It's $100 away from green, so we'll just have to keep doing that. Thank you. So now we look at NQ, see what it's doing. It looks like it's doing absolutely jack. But we'll see what we can get tonight. How's everybody doing tonight? Great crowd. 10 people here already. Well, welcome to Asia. Aren't you in Asia? So you're in Asia, but you don't ever trade the Asia session? Seems like this is a missed opportunity on your part. No, I know you like to sleep and get in on the NY session. Oh, wait, huh? Really? Where are you at again, Classic? Oh, okay. You're confusing me. So wait, ah, okay. So you're awake at 4 a.m. on vacation trading. Is that much of a vacation? I mean, I'm just wondering. Well, glad to have you. Oh yeah, it's true. G-Man on the West Coast has to get up at 4 a.m. to trade. He's in the Hotel California. Coming back out. Coming back out. Coming back down. Well, thank you, Troy. I really appreciate that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Crude oil looks ugly right now. Gold looks like it's moving pretty decently. It's kind of watching and waiting. Yeah, I would never want to live out on the West Coast and have to get up at 4 or 5 a.m. That ended up being a nice dip, I think. Yeah, it ended up being a nice dip. Kind of like a Cool Ranch dip. So how did everybody do their way? I think I saw that earlier. Troy, you had a break-even day? Nico, you struggled hard today? How'd you finish up? Nice, Cossack. That's a, yeah. Gold just dropped like a, wait for it, rock. Hey, Captain Price, 333. Oh, see. Hey, Chris. Oh, nice, Troy. Kim, did you trade it all today, or have you been trading since we last talked? Hey, man, Moxie. Nice, Kim. Glad to hear that. If anyone's interested in Elite Trader funding, they're having a 70% off sale, everything today. Only it ends at 9 a.m. Eastern Time tomorrow. And this beautiful move down, and wow, where'd that come from? What just happened? Whoa, what the heck just happened, guys? I know I didn't get any of it, but wow. I think the G-Man's already long. Still falling. I was going to take that long, but I didn't trust it. Wasn't going to try and catch the falling knife, but I should have. Beautiful move back up. Nice. Very weird. I didn't take. Don't see anything popping on like news or anything. Nice rebound. I should have taken the rebound. I'm mad at myself for hesitating. No, this was just out of the ordinary. Asia opens in about 45 minutes. That's when Seoul and Tokyo open. That was odd. I mean, that dropped. From that purple candle there, 328 down to 285. So that's what 43 points in 2 minutes, which is not a normal thing for this this session. You see, it's already rebounded from 285 back up to 307, 308, 312 actually. So it's already rebounded by 30. Yes, costs. Yeah, I mean, yes, Troy. Yeah, that's what I looked for. I even went to Twitter to see if anything was popping there, like breaking news or something. See, there's G-Man. I knew he was going long. He was doing the move I was thinking about. I knew he was. That's G-Man's thing. One of G-Man's things. Oh, oh yeah. I have a Philly game on again, but okay. Let me kill the volume on that. Mute. There we go. Uh, go ahead and call in. G-Man, you're live.
Live,
Although I probably gotta turn my volume up.
live from New York.
Okay, can you guys hear G-Man?
It's the Asia trading session. I am almost out. Boom,
Okay.
I'm out.
Yep, they can hear you.
So, I mean, the theory on that trade, it's a volume spike trade that Peter Davies, and you can look him up on YouTube. He explains it. It's also a semi news trade. If you guys, you may not trade when a news event happens, but typically what happens is if it's bad news, it dumps down and then immediately, and I don't know why this is, but it happens, it just ramps back up. So it's a dip, strip, rip, or slingshot, whatever you want to call it. So the idea is not to sort of look for what it is, just understand something happened, and we can't know. It could be news, it could be nothing, but the market dumped from, I don't know, where was it, 47? This is the ES now, 46, 47.
Yeah, I got the ES chart up on the screen for everyone to see.
Yeah, so 46 there.
Yeah.
And it went down all the way to 38. So, I mean, you could even say it started at 48, went to 38. So anyway, 8 points, 8 to 10 points. So I don't try to go with the move because, I tried that for a long, long time, and I would always, get the low. Sure, I would always short the low. So it just, by the time you sort of get there and figure it out, it's too late. So if you're in the move, you take it. But if not, if you want to just set a trade, the idea is to wait till it gets to, the low, which you can't know, but you can sort of see it. We got two big red candles, and then we got a nice green one, and we got the spike to about 1,000 contracts traded, and we've been trading less than 100. So that's 10 times. So it's always relative volume. It's not absolute. And when you see that, and if you see I just sort of jump in. I figure it's going to go 5 or 10. I might add some. I don't really worry about it, but you want to try and get somewhere down by 38 or 39 or even 40. I think my entry was right around 40, and then I just take 5, or so 40, 45, or I'd play it up to where it started, which is basically right here at 46, which it got within a tick. And then you're done. So you're not greedy. You just get in, get your points, and get out, and it's a volume spike trade. Any of you guys do that, or know that trade, or know Peter Davies, or Ox likes to do that one too.
Yeah.
The thing, yeah.
I was gonna
Sorry,
say before I really started talking to G-Man, I hardly ever looked at volume. I didn't even have it on my chart, and now I'm
mm-hmm.
watching it more and more for a good indication of that type of trade.
Yeah, it's basically out of the blue. It drops. We don't know why. It might have been a news event. It might have been fat fingered. Who knows? But it doesn't really matter. It's sort of a bogus thing. Might have been earnings, but it occurred, and so we take advantage by fading it. So you always have to fade it because you'll never catch the drop. You'll just get stopped out. So the easier trade is just let it drop and then go long. Yeah, Jigsaw Trading, Peter Davies. That's the guy. He's got lots and lots of training videos. This guy's amazing. Got a nice English accent. So I basically learned it from him and another guy, Lob Wedge. But yeah, he's got volume spike trade. That's what he calls it. And he explains it way better than I can, but I just do it. Yeah, what if it dips even more? I don't know. It doesn't. So I would just if you're not comfortable trading it, just watch it and just I take pictures. Uh,
Yeah.
and I post them to my iPhone into an account called Charts, and I mark it up. So I mark how far it went. I mark how far it goes back. I mark the entry. Peter Davies says it's messy. I mean, you're never going to get 38.
Yeah. Yeah.
Probably not even 39, but 40 is real. It's a reality.
I,
I
I was
go
gonna
ahead.
say to answer Cossack's question, I do it differently than what G-Man does. Is I always wait for that first green candle. Now I didn't take this one at all because I was stunned by the move, and I sometimes get that deer in the headlights thing. But I'll wait for the first green candle, or even the second one, or even see there was a blue one right out there. So with a later entry. For NQ though, a later entry isn't usually a bad thing. You can still usually get 10 points off of it or whatever. But that's how I do it. So if you're worried about what if it dips even more, wait for your first opposite candle before taking the trade is how I do it when I do it.
Yep, that's a good idea. Or you sort of have to step back and say, okay, on the ES, it rarely goes. I mean, nothing happened, right? It wasn't like there was war. It wasn't like it was a big event. If there was one of those things out of the blue, it would have dumped, 20, 40, 50, 60. So, it'd be a big move. Trump won the presidency, and I think it went down to 100 when he won the last time. Bad news. So again, you fade it. It just you have to fade. You have to do opposite of what comes to mind to make money. Um, so if there's no news, then it's really the market makers pulled the rug. They just decided to pull all their bids, and it went to 8 points down, and it recovered all of it. So you just have to be comfortable with it. So I just get in, and I'm, I and then I just added a few different levels. I'm always in early and I'm always high. And then by adding, I got something right around 40. Instead of, waiting for a green, I just jump in on the red. Dumb, but it sort of works out. Depends how many, if you're doing one contract, obviously you can't do it that way. Wait for the green. So volume spike trade, Peter Davies, YouTube. He's got a bunch of great videos on trading. The guy's really good. Well, he's very good at explaining. I don't know how good a trader he is. I just take his stuff, and these volume spike trades happen sometimes all day, every day. So it's a something to put in and trade. And I know by doing the wrong thing, which would be shorting, and I would be short 38, and then it would be very, very painful. So you don't want to go with it. You want to go against it. And if you watch the market, it always, well, I'm not going to say always, but 90% of the time it will come right back to where it started.
So,
Right, Ox?
yeah. So I just for you guys, I just did a search on YouTube using the search term Peter Davies volume spike, and there's 3 videos right at the top there. One great trade, volume spikes, understanding and exploiting them, and Traders Talk Live webinar, volume spikes by Peter Davies, and then volume
Mm-hmm.
spikes, understanding and exploiting them with Jigsaw Trading. So
Yeah.
there's at least 3 videos there from him, and then there's other videos by other people as well.
And then you got
So
me live. So
yeah, I'm just saying,
even
could.
better than Davies.
So if anyone wants to look up Peter Davies, here's just a link to the search term I used.
Yeah, and so he's Jigsaw, which is market. What is that? What's the other name for Jigsaw?
Just a dome, or isn't it just a kind of a dome type of thing?
Anyway, it's
Yeah,
Jigsaw's, using the dome, and then he's got all kinds of things in there. So his, explanation of it won't be like mine. His will be, here's how you look at Jigsaw, because you have to buy it from him, and then what's going on in Jigsaw to let you in the trade. But that might be a good way to do it too.
yeah. Oh, you were just mentioning his videos, so I thought I'd look them up and make it
Yeah,
easy for people. So
yeah. He's got a lot of them. He's got a lot of good trades that he talks about, and he explains it in detail and what's going on and why it does what it does and why it doesn't do what it does. And I don't really remember any of that stuff. I just do the trade. And with trading, it's sort of like you have to do sort of, I want to say very quickly, but you have to sort of get to a trade and understand what you're going to do and how you're going to play it. So if you learn these little ideas, maybe if you look, you observe it a few times, and then you try it in a sim account or not real money account, and then once you figure it out, you go live like Ox and make some bank. See, it went all the way right back to the 46 where it started. So it's really nothing happened, and on the 5 minute chart, it went down and right back up. Your entry would have been 40. The 30-second chart, you could have gotten probably 39, 38 half, something like that. Because what you can't know is how far it's going to go down, right? So you can't really guess at it, and you shouldn't be early. So you have to have an idea, like Ox. Wait for the first green. That's a great way to do it. And there we go. So that brought all this volume into the market, and now it's jamming. So off that, when it got up to 45 and it pulled back to like 44, that would have been my next entry. 44 to 49. It's up to 40, almost 48 now. So as it starts moving, I just buy the effing dip. Keep it simple. Peter Davies. I think he's got videos on other types of trades too, but I've forgotten. So you have to remember the market is just trying to shake everyone out. So when it goes down like that, it's stop hunting all the stops that are below where the market is or where the close was, or things like that. It's just hunting, and by looking at the volume right around 1,000, it got them all, and that just comes right back to where it was.
Hey,
just shakes everyone out. Go ahead.
hey, Jamari. Just saying hello to the new person.
Okay.
Anyone caught those buys on YM? Oh, someone that trades YM. Not a lot of people trade YM, Jamari.
Did it move with ES and all the rest of them?
Actually, it moved better. It was hitting highs of the day before either of the other two were. It really spiked up today. It didn't get depressed like it didn't get depressed to start the morning like ES and NQ did. But yeah, YM made some nice moves today too. So you had a good day, Jamari Green, I assume. Ah, okay. Nice job, nice job. Now we pull back. And Q's pulled back from 330 down to 317. ES pulled back from 5047 back down to 5045. Chris, it's good till the end of the month, April 30th.
So what I was talking to Ox about earlier is when the market. So today was really no news, but we're sort of trading on really good volume, and the ranges are picking up. Friday we had pre-market over 500,000 shares traded, contracts on ES, and it was a nice range. So typically what the market does is I call it sideways. Most of you guys call it chop, but so this morning it goes down 10, and you sort of can't believe that it's actually going down. You sort of have to take just like this trade, the volume spike, you have to take a view that it's going down, but it's going to come right back up. And that's what it did. It went down about 10, sort of sat there for a while, 15 minutes, and it shot right up to basically the highs. This is ES now, up 15, sat there. We got lower highs, and then boom, right back down, popped up, right back down. So we're not getting trend days. We're getting range days. We ended up, everyone thought we were going down, and another down day, and you can't think that way. You can't have a bias. You just have to trade what you're seeing. We got a great, I call it a bottom pattern at 8:15, 11:15 New York time. We're down 25. We hit the Globex low, overnight low, broke it a little bit, retested it, and then I don't think we saw the low again. That was the low of the day, wasn't it? 5006. And then it sort of trended up. But even that, we got all the way up to 76 plus, and then that sold off. So you just have to be careful on these days. You think it's going a direction, and it's usually by the time we get in, it reverses. So and then it goes up that way. Then by the time we get in that way, it reverses. So I like it. It's my favorite trading, but I don't like trend days because I like to fade them. How are you guys seeing the market?
Kind of slowed back down now a little bit.
I mean, that might be the trade of we just had. That was it for the Asia session.
Do you mean Cossack? Do you mean like where to find Peter Davies and Lob Wedge, or do you mean in addition to Lob Wedge and Peter Davies?
Can you refer to more resources? You don't need any more, dude. You need me. You need Ox. And you need those two guys. Keep it simple. Just build off of those. I don't have any more. I've traded with lots of people.
I should not be
Go ahead.
included in that group yet. Do not
All
include
right.
me in that group
So
yet.
not Ox. Not Ox. I mean on Ox's site. But
Okay.
so I've traded with lots. I don't want to say hundreds, but yeah, definitely hundreds, maybe thousands of people in different rooms doing different products. And the culmination of everything, I'm telling you guys, I'm sharing it. So if you want to use it, use it. If not, that's fine too. But you know, the whole thing about trading is just getting your head into it. And that trade I just showed you, you can do all day, every day. When the market dumps or when it pumps, just be patient and then fade it. And pretty simple. There's hundreds or thousands of guys I can tell you about, but they're not any good. They're not going to make you any money. They're just going to take your money. I've read most trading books. I've traded with most people. Is there anyone you use or you like or you look at or what have you?
Yeah, it's a good question. Anyone all right, and that question go for anybody. Anybody you like to learn from?
And there's no wrong answer in trading. I mean, what I do is different than what Ox does, different than what each one of you guys do. There's no, the only wrong answer is losing money. So, that's how I define being wrong, is losing money. So just don't lose money. So, this spike trade, before you get in, you have to sort of plan it out. If you're in it, it went from what, say 47 down to 38. So if you're in at 40 and it's still going down, what do? You have to plan it. If you know what I'm saying? You
Yeah.
have to understand the trade, plan it, and never lose money. If you can do that, I mean, you're going to lose a little bit. One or two trades, you're going to blow, mess up, push the wrong button. It happens. But you want to be in winning trades.
Jamari
And
says he
let you,
likes.
yeah,
Jamari doesn't say. Jamari says he likes to watch people talk about their struggles. So we could spend a couple hours here while talking about my struggles if you wanted to.
yeah. I mean, I could talk to them. I mean, I've got years of struggles. I've got hundreds of thousands of dollars lost. So I could do that. I don't think that helps, but
No, actually, I think it does help a little bit because if you just hear someone talk about how they're succeeding now, and you
mm,
don't hear that part of it, that almost makes it sound easy, put it that way. So hearing about the struggling side of it as well and knowing someone rose from their struggles to become a successful trader, I think that helps morale, especially for someone that is struggling.
yeah. So um, I mentioned it, but probably not very loudly, so you didn't hear it. But in this trade, I would be the one that would see it going down, say, okay, the market's going down. I'd look on whatever news service I had, and I wouldn't really find anything, or maybe I did, and then I would short. So if you go through that, it's probably a minute or two before I actually get back to my mouse and I push short. So I would be short 38 or 39, and that's where it bounced. So I'm like, well, wait a minute. It was bad news. It went down. Why is it now going up? I would do that constantly. I would be late to the party. I would short because it's going down and there's bad news. And I finally figured out, wait a minute. I read Peter Davies or listened to him, and he explained it. Goes well. You have to listen to him, but I figured out that just relax, don't short it, fade it, just go long. And the only question is, where do you get in? You don't want to be early. You want to be, that late person. That late person in a long after the market's dumped is just going to get immediate profit. Even if you get in at 41, I don't know if you guys have charts up, but 41 went to 46, so there's 5 points. I look for 5 points.
Yeah.
I don't really try to get much more than that.
Right there, yeah. I mean, I'm looking at ES and I'm looking at the ES chart now. And even if this is on the 30-second chart, even if I had waited till that whole first screen candle formed, and which was what I do, I could have got 5 points before it started leveling out. And even if I hadn't gotten the 5 points there, I would have waited. Then I would have just had to wait like 5 more minutes before I would have got back to that 5 points after that little pullback. So I would have got 5 points, even if I was trading ES and had waited until that first green candle closed. Same with NQ. If you look at NQ on the 5-minute chart, um, so the first green candle, I can draw it out. And you can see easily off that first green candle, could have got 25, well, 23. So, but even if I waited for my blue candle, and I didn't take any of these trades, I don't know why. Sometimes, like I said, sometimes I get that deer in the headlights look. But even if I waited for that blue candle, which is my normal trigger, you can see if I wanted to wait, I could have got 20 over here. But even just going from normally I go for 10, and you see I would have got 10 points within. This is on the 30-second chart, so within 4 candles, so within 2 minutes, I went up 10 points. Even if I had gotten in that late, where the move is already, it bottomed out at 285, got in 307, so got in 22 points after the move started reversing.
So Cossack, volume spike trade be traded systematically. I'm not sure what you mean by that.
Yeah, what do you mean by systematically? Classic. Uh, this is Troy. This particular trade we're talking about just came out of the blue. It's like when there's a quick volume spike and you see a quick move. It wasn't the Asia Open or anything like that. It was just this quick move down. Oh, you mean making algos for it? I don't see how that could be made an algo made for it at all. I just don't, because it's not something you can really plan for. You never know when it's going to happen. I mean, I guess if someone's smart enough where they could say that look for a reversal if volume goes this many hundredths of a percent higher than previous candle or something, but I don't think it could be made easily made into an algo.
Yeah, I mean, I've read all the algo books. I've looked at doing it. I traded with a guy called Yo-Yo back in the day, and he was one of the best guys I ever traded with. He was trying to automate his trading, before we called it algos. Um, my bottom line is I don't spend any time on algos. I don't spend any time trying to build an algo, because really an algo is whatever your trading is, because you have to program it, and it only does what you program. And for me, trading is way more than that. There's so many more things you can't program. Like here, where do you enter? You know, did it go 10? No. So it probably, you wouldn't be in if it was an algo. Or, where do you put your stop? How do you enter? How do you exit? How many points? All these variables change so many times. So I don't use them.
Okay, so Troy is asking me a question about I'm assuming, Troy, you're asking me just about the Asia session normally. Asia session's normally slow, volume's low. Um, so, and I mean, yes, I normally do take a trade or two in the first hour if it prevents. Today, I haven't for whatever reason, just because. Once the top of the hour comes up here when Tokyo and Seoul opens, I'm actually going to go over and look at the NKD. Oops, I guess I should get the NKD chart to its current and look at that for a trade because that's the only time it's decent worth trading. And I'll look at look at the open there, but it's tricky trading Asia normally because you don't normally have much volume. It's really really choppy. But you usually can get one good trade in gold as well during Asia. So if that was your question, Troy, uh, that's your answer. If that wasn't your question, let me know. Okay, I must have hit it. So yeah, trading Asia is tricky, but there are moves to be made. Just you have to now. Normally you don't see that big spike down that we saw that we've been talking about. Um, those moves are rare in Asia. So you got to be going for. Usually I go for 5 points at the most with NQ in Asia because you usually don't get those kinds of moves otherwise. Right, G-Man I think G-Man only ever is here for trades Asia when I'm online. I don't think he bothers other other
No,
nights, right?
no, there's no volume. It's hard to get in and out. So no, I mean we got a lucky, and we'll never know what happened there, but it dumped. So we fade it, we buy it. So you'll watch, over the next few days, we might have news coming in. What do we have? S&P PMI, perhaps, maybe not. But like the big news events, FOMC and NFP and CPI, PMI, and PCE, those five, whenever they occur, um, the market will move. And I don't know which way, but just watch it next time and see what it does. It'll go 20 or 30 points one way, and then it'll just shoot back the other way. So I know that now. So when I trade those events, I'm just going to wait and fade it. And I wouldn't do it. I would just watch it until you sort of understand what's really going on, and or trade it in sim so that you don't blow up your accounts. But again, I would try and trade it, and I'd go the wrong way. I would be short, and it would go up 50 points. I mean, I've done everything wrong. So it takes time. It takes a lot of experience. If you want to trade those things, you don't have to. When the Fed speakers come on, the market moves. And again, I don't trade with them. I wait, and then I trade against them. Exactly. Cossac's got it. I mean, I can't explain it as well as Cossack did. I just I just fade it. I just fade it. It makes some money. That's it. I don't know why it does it. Obviously liquidity, because we got 1,000 contracts and we've been trading, 100 maybe, less than that, 20, 10. I mean, nothing. And all of a sudden there's 1,000. So something occurred there.
Pulling back a little
I
bit.
mean, the way I look at the market is it's all manipulated. Nothing's real. I mean, come on, all these news events, those 5 events I talked about, Goldman Sachs knows exactly what these reports are going to be to the tick. They know. And so they just set things up so that they can make money. They're like 80 to 90% profitable on every trade. They publish that. So they're like planning now for whatever the next one is, and how they're going to trade it and where they're going to get in, because they're trading thousands of shares, I would imagine. So none of this is chance. Uh, and unfortunately, most of the traders that are gurus, right, self-proclaimed gurus, have no idea. They're just trying to make money. If someone's trying to make money off you, just ask them. Let me see your P&L. Let me see what are you doing? And because I've traded with all these guys, maybe there's guys that are. I mean, the guys you guys all mentioned, I have no idea who any of those guys are. But hopefully they're good. They're reputable. They help you guys. Justin Werline, Doyle Exchange. Who else? Somebody else.
7 minutes till the top of the hour. Let's see what we got from the opening of the Asia.
Al Brooks and Lance Beggs for price action. Don't know those guys. I'm old, so they probably weren't born when I started trading. I'm kidding. I'm glad the market's manipulated. If it wasn't, it would be too hard to trade. I don't understand that.
I guess he's saying manipulated means it's less random than if it wasn't manipulated.
Yeah. Well, if you think about it, it's just kind of a meeting place of thousands of traders who have thousands of opinions, hundreds of thousands of opinions in there. And people are just trying to, the common thing is making money, I believe. But I think the big boys, they can manipulate because they've got enough juice. They can push it. So that's all I'm saying. But I mean, the whole key is just make money. It's not, we're not paid to have opinions. We're not paid to make calls. We're just paid to make money. So the most important thing is, Warren Buffett, rule number 1, don't lose money. Rule number 2, see rule number 1. And that's kind of it. You get in a trade and you have to have, if it starts going against you, you have to have a plan. You can't hold it. You have to have a plan on how to get out of it and keep the losses down. You see guys blowing up all the time, and a lot of times it's that they traded over a weekend and held, and something catastrophic happened. I mean, that happened to me. I was trading options on futures, and the fat finger trade happened, um, and the market absolutely dumped. So Interactive Brokers, my broker, was emailing me, and basically I was down like 20 points per contract, something like that. And they, because this stuff was their derivatives, they couldn't find a market theoretically. It's a bunch of BS, but so we were able to talk them to not make me liquidate. I had to liquidate some, and then at the open or right before it, Ben Bernanke dropped rates, saved the market, saved me, and everything sort of went back to normal. But yeah, that's why I don't hold over the weekend. I don't hold overnight. You can hold stocks, you can hold ETFs, you can hold bonds, obviously, but this stuff is illiquid. Um, it can be illiquid, and the derivatives run out. These things aren't. It's not like you own the spiders. You actually just you own a futures contract.
Do I have my NKD ready to see?
Yeah, I mean, you've got the high frequency guys. There's four of them that I think the exchanges allow, and they put them at the front of the line, so they always get executed. So, if I put an order in, like on that one that went down, long 40, 41, they're in ahead of me because that's the way it works, and they're selling me their position. So they make money on every trade. Kind of hard to lose money if you can do that. The ratio of options market to cash markets. Well, most of the bigger traders use futures to hedge option positions, just keeping delta balanced to their core positions. Yeah. I mean, you lose me, Rad Poker. Uh, the deltas and the gammas and the vegas and all that. I tried to look at that, but it doesn't help me. So, yeah. That's over my pay grade.
Well, for now, we're going to replace the Dow with the NKD, and we'll watch it on this screen. We'll bring the Dow back later. NKD is actually decent. Oh, it's a 5-minute chart. That's why. 1-minute chart. There we go. Not a lot going on in the NKD leading up to the Asia Open. Nice pop there on the NQ, though. And by nice pop, I mean all of 2.5 points. We've lost a little bit of oomph.
Yeah, volume's right down to nothing. You probably haven't had 1,000 contracts trade in a 30-second span ever.
Yeah. NQ's not that pathetic.
Yeah, I'm not a big theoretical guy, so I just push the buttons.
Actually, there was during that spike there, NQ had 1,487 traded, followed by 1165 on NQ. On the
They what?
NQ, were you talking NQ there or?
No, I was looking
Oh, oh,
ES, about 1,000
oh,
contracts. I don't have NQ information up.
yeah,
I don't look at
yeah,
anything other than
yeah.
ES, so.
Right. I was wondering when you said didn't have 1,000 contracts traded. I was confused what you were talking about.
Yeah.
Popping up a little bit, not a lot here. Let's see whether or not it gives us anything. KD's not looking like it might gonna give us anything tonight. There
I mean,
are occasions where I do not take a trade during Asia. So if you're upset by that, you can ask for your money back at the end of the stream.
hey, you're on a high. You made a lot of money today, so chill.
Hey, Crypticon. How
There
are
he
you?
is.
How the heck are you?
But you know, a lot of these things you guys are talking about are basically correlations from options or futures and et cetera, et cetera. And I've never really been able to figure any of that out. I've tried. And in terms of tradable, I've never got it. So I just stay on the ES and don't worry about any of this other stuff about what could be happening. I'm sure it's all valid stuff. I just am not smart enough to figure it out. So, you know, I learned the hard way. But, you know, it works. All the stuff works. If you guys like it, use it.
Gold continuing to try and push back up to 2350. NKD doing nothing. The other thing it does sometimes spike in the Asia Open is copper, but it's doing nothing too. So that's a nothing. It's like
What's up,
that
John?
that that little spike there earlier, the drop and then spike took the wind out of its sails after a little bit. Hey, John, how was your day?
So, Cossack, the way I look at risk is when I'm in a trade, it's risky. If I'm not in a trade, it's not risky. I don't really think about it any other way, because I'm in and out pretty quickly, and I'm getting, you know, quick targets. So that's what I like to do. You know, I guess, you know, the bigger managers, they're in and they're longer, so they have to do all that stuff, which I don't understand. So I'm not the right person to talk to about that. I mean, I struggle with bonds. You know, when rates go up, bond prices go down. When bond price, you know, so I'm lost.
Yeah, John, you missed the one good move earlier, or maybe you didn't. Maybe you just weren't here yet. I don't know.
That baseball stuff gets in the way of trading, guys.
Phillies are up 4-0.
Are they? Yeah, I mean, they're up 4-0. It's who are they playing?
Phillies are playing Cincinnati, right?
Order filled.
Oh, I took a long there, and boom! Look at that.
Nice.
Seems to be topping there though. Let's see.
So what got you in there? That blue?
Yeah, blue on the 32nd.
Ah, there you go. Nice.
I don't think it's going to go any farther, so I'm
Order
going to
filled.
get out there with a small win.
Good.
Oh, yep, it's just a quick pullback and trying. Yeah, I could have, should have, would have stayed in. Yeah, we got my original target. That's okay.
There it goes.
Yeah, look at that go. What was our high of the day? Okay, not even close. Wow, I didn't realize it got the 448 in the afternoon. So today was interesting how it broke Glovex high broke Livex low, and then remade new highs after that. It just
Yeah.
kept ping-ponging.
It's a good word for it. So prepare for that tomorrow. We'll get more ping pong. Ping pong, ping pong. And then
Nice job, Troy. I need to stay in trade, especially when there's small risk. That was only a 5-point risk, so there's no reason for me not to stay in that. Try and see if it's gonna pull
so
back
is
one
Troy on
candle.
is he a NQ guy?
Yeah.
Is there any ES people out there? I mean, this NQ crap, come on.
Actually, we were talking about you and ES on the Discord yesterday.
Oh, really?
There's a couple of ES traders there on the Discord that were looking for other ES traders. Drawdown King is ES trader. And there was someone else that was looking for an ES trader. And then when no one stepped up, they left the server. But yeah.
Well, yeah, absolutely, Cossack. What do you need? Yeah, John, I agree. Trades take a little longer, but it's for me, it the setup, the reversals, the distance it goes, I can sort of kind of figure it out. NQ is just goes. NQ and CL, I tried to trade and couldn't do it. Just not my cup of tea. Struggling on the target side. Risk reward. Yeah, I mean, I try to get 5 points. 3, 4, 5, something like that. I mean, all we can manage is entries and exits, right? And we can't know really direction. We can't know how far it's going to go. So, if you enter here at 47 long, you want it to go up. If it doesn't, I look at what it's not doing more than what it is. So, the best way to look at it is it went to 38, 50, 38, and it bounced. And look at that run. So 38 to 48 pretty quickly, 38 to 46, 45 really quickly. That's very nice trade. Normally it doesn't do that. It just does this. It'll go up, come back down, go up, come back down. So I'm looking for higher high, higher low. So we got a higher low, did we? Yep. So stay on the long side as long as we're getting higher highs and higher lows. That's how I'd look at it. And then if it doesn't, here for long 47 and it doesn't go, just get out. Wait for the next one. This is not good training time because it's not moving. But during the day when it is moving, that's kind of what you want to look for.
Gossick, basically, I mean, he, from everything I've heard from him, he doesn't use hard stops. He just, when he feels it's not going to go, it's not, not working, he gets out and he tries to get out just a tick or two loss. So it's more of a feel thing, and it's something that takes time to develop.
Well, I mean, right here, if we got long at 47 and it went to 47.5, that's not higher than 49. 49 was the prior high. So, like I said, get out. And now it's down at 45. The issue I used to have is not getting out and thinking, okay, I'm long, so it has to go up. And, you got to get rid of that ego, just get out as quick as you can and try not lose a lot. So, long was incorrect. It's going, 49 to 47, back up to 47.5, 47.5 to 45. Just as, that's a little microcosm. And I don't know. I can't know what's going to happen. We're at 45, but it didn't go up. It stopped at 49. So I take that as there's our high, and now we're looking short.
So he's saying if you would have got in there, how many ticks of heat would you have taken before you decided to get out? No, when you realized that it wasn't going to go anymore at 49.
Yeah, I mean, so in at 47, 47.5, 47 quarter, half. I just get out. But I don't wait for a number. I just get out. And the market it'll give me a number. It might be 2 or 3 ticks. It just didn't go up. And I compare it to a time when it did go up. So this is what it should be doing, and it didn't. And I'm always looking long and short. So if I short 49, goes to 46.5, comes back up 47.5, and then boom, 47.5 gets us 45. So 49 to 45 is close to 5 points. So, I mean, do you see if you look at the 30-second chart pattern, it's not going up?
Yeah. And that's the other thing, Cossack and anybody else. Remember that he's working mainly off of a 30-second chart, which is a lot smaller than what most people are used to. Most people are looking at 1 or 3 or 5. He's looking on a 30-second chart, just like, and he's the main reason I went down to 30, and then I even started looking at a 15. But he's operating off 30 seconds, so that's where he's seeing these patterns, seeing these moves, because the lower you go, the quicker you can see potential movement. But
yeah.
It takes a while to start training your brain to see these things this fast, and it takes a little bit more focus.
Yeah, I have 30-minute because that gets me back a couple of days. I have 5-minute, which gets me the whole day, and then 30-second is basically where I'm trading that I can see these patterns. So for me, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, if you're looking at a 30-minute chart, if we go into the ES, if you're looking at a 30-minute chart, that little thing we got earlier, it was just a little wick. You don't see that at all on a 30-minute chart. On the 3-minute chart, that thing, this there, and it pops back up.
30-minute. Yeah, it's probably there in the 30-minute or 3-minute.
Yeah, on the 3-minute, but it's comes back up 4 points before that candle closes. Now, if you don't wait for the candle to close, but it's just get later entries off the higher time frame.
Right.
Like I said, I mean, it takes some adjustments the lower you go, and I can tell, on days I'm seeing, my brain's processing fast versus days my brain is processing slow. So the day my brain is processing fast, I'm there looking at the candle, looking at a 15-second candle, and thinking, why is this thing taking so long to finish? And on the day my brain's processing slow, I'm like, oh my god, I can't believe I didn't catch that. It's already, that candle's already closed. So sometimes you got to be in tune to that too, and figure out if your brain's processing that day, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. So right now we're not getting much volume and we're not getting much movement except for that big dip and then rip. So it's kind of hard to explain because it's not really moving. But at 49 almost got us 44, which is 5 points. Didn't quite get there. And we got a lower high here at 46.5 because it was 47.5. So what I would do is short. So if I get 46 to 46.5, somewhere in there, because I got, green, 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 and then a red, just sort of stopped, build a wall. And, if it goes down, I stay in it. If it goes up, I get out. It's kind of, and there's no wrong answer. There's no exact answer. There's no, I can't tell you how long I wait till it gets to 49. I just sort of see it's not going up. And I get out and I try to get out. So here we're going down 46.5, and I, probably try and get 3, 43.5, and it has to break 44 because that's the low right there, 44.25. So I look at it very simply. If we're getting lower highs and lower lows, we're going down. That's the definition of down. It has to do that. If we don't get a lower low, it's not going down, right? It's stopped going down, which it can do. So
Okay, so Cossack, my main indicator is engulfing candles, and it can go with trend or it can be reversal. So if we look here, it's a bad example here, but either way, I had the blue candle here that ended up working with trend. It's above the 20, and it would have worked out. But I'm also looking for like see this purple candle coming out of the bands here? That's a good reversal signal for me to come back down. This purple candle here, I prefer purple candles that aren't like going into the bands like this. I prefer them bouncing off an EMA here. So yeah, that kind of worked. It's not as easy to show in Asia because the moves aren't as good. And that's why I don't take as many trades in Asia based on them because I just don't, I haven't really tested Asia at all to see what works and what doesn't. I kind of play these streams by ear. So, but yeah, I play it both with trend. Let's see if I can find a better example. If we ready for it,
yeah,
turn back time. So like here,
how did
this
I
is
know that was coming?
so like here, you can see here we're coming up. Blue candle works. Blue candle works. Blue candle works. As it starts, after I get more and more, I start getting leery. I look at my RSI, see how high up we are in there. 84 there, that's still good, but I might cut back on the target. And then I get this beautiful purple candle here. And that to me is a great reversal sign, especially since we're, with the RSI, the
Oh,
ultimate
that's a blue
RSI
one
down
there.
there.
Oh, where are
I
you
would,
talking?
yeah, I'm back here.
Oh, there.
Yeah, this purple candle here, and you can see how that
Yeah,
led to that.
yeah.
And then I'm going back with the trend, purple candle down. I'm ignoring these blue candles here because we're nowhere near the bottom down here. We're below the 20. We're below the signal line down here. So purple candle here. And then this one here could fake me out. It's a very low RSI number, so I probably would not take it. But if I am going to take something there, then I want to take it with a very tight stop. So that's my two basic strategies, plus the ones I've been learning with G-Man. But you can see here, this was technically a reversal candle. It came down, 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 then this big blew up, and you can see boom, and boom. You can see then 4 blues worked on the way up. You can see boom, boom, boom. So then, but you got to watch chop. See how this is ugly? Absolutely ugly. You don't want to be caught in that with taking purples and ugh. So you want to be careful. And I've gotten chopped up like that. So I try to start noticing this better now and not bothering this when it's doing this. When the candles are getting all wrapped up in EMAs like that, just stay out until it decides to pick a direction. But that took me a while, and there was days I was getting chopped up trying to take the blue and the purple and a purple and a blue and all that. Yeah, basically Cossack. See here, this purple candle would be a good reversal candle. Now, I mean, we're moving so small though. It's like we've gotten 5. Well, I'm actually looking for 6.25. Looks like I would have got it if I got in without any slippage. I would have got slippage. But yeah, see how that works? That's my strat. And yes, it probably does. I mean, I've looked at it on ES at times, and it doesn't. I don't think it works as well in ES during the Asia, but it seems to work fine in normal trading hours. You can see a nice purple candle, boom, purple candle there, boom, etc., etc. I see this would have worked for my 6.25. And the thing is, I mean, even though I'm using these indicators, these whatever, oftentimes, when me and G-Man are often after the streams, we end up having Discord conversations just one on one most days, and we're oftentimes taking the same trades. He's usually in a little bit before me, but oftentimes he and I are taking the same trades, even though we're entering off of basically different criteria. You agree with that, right, G-Man?
Absolutely not.
Where's that button to hang up on this conversation?
Yeah, where's the delete button? No, yeah, it's yeah, if it's like now, well, it's hard to, you got a purple there. Are you live here?
Yeah.
Yes, you got the purple. I would have been in it at 47, and you're probably in a little bit later, short. But if we're
Oh yeah, because I would have the purple that I should have been would have been your purple. That would have been the one from about 21 after.
Yeah,
that's where.
Exactly.
This one I was already doubting. I didn't jump in. I'm thinking it's too low, especially for the small amounts we're moving.
Yeah, I mean we're between 49 and 45. The market likes to go sideways and just retest numbers. But if it's this tight, it's very difficult. That's sideways trading, and again, Peter Davies has a whole bunch of videos on sideways trading. He'll explain it. I didn't learn it from him, but he explains it very well. But basically, every day the market runs sideways. It'll do a run and then it'll just sit in the range, chop. And we're not supposed to trade the chop, but you can get 5 shorts and 5 longs. Why not? Or just take one side. So you have to figure the high and then the low, and you trade the edges. You can see it on any time frame.
John DeFore Soto's pitching.
Is he a good pitcher?
No, he used to be with Detroit, which is John's team, and now he's with my team. And he used to be good with John's team, and he's no longer good with my team.
That's where your guys picked him, right?
Actually, he just struck out De La Cruz, so. Got 2 blue candles, and I mean, so if this was the morning, I would have taken that second blue candle. With it moving so small, so little bit though, I'm not motivated to take that candle.
So you know it's going to work.
Yeah, of course. And honestly, though, the blue candle here, this tiny little one here, is the one I should have taken. It was the first one above my signal line. It was coming up. That one was kind of still intertwined with, so. I just don't have the confidence in the Asia that I do in the morning, unless it's something really obvious.
Yeah, well, the morning you're going to get a nice range. We ended up
Yeah.
with 71 on the ES total range for the day. But now, other than that, news trade we did earlier, it's been sitting, 3, 4, 5 points. Very difficult to pick direction, entries, exits. So they're off not trading. So Kosik, how can I help you? You said you wanted, you see, struggling. Yeah. Oh, guide me. All right.
Yeah. Well, it sounds like you and Cossack might need to spend the day together. Because I'm gonna be honest. Me and G-Man, we've spent a lot of time together, and it took me a while to really start grasping his way of doing things. It's kind of now everybody's different. You might grasp it a lot faster than I did, etc. But it takes some time listening to him explaining it more in real time. And the other thing is maybe we can set up a time uh, where this isn't a surprise, where I can say, hey, G-Man's going to be on this morning from this time to this time. Because you got to remember that if he's coming on in the mornings at all to talk and explain anything, he's not trading. He's taking time out of his trading because he's not going to try and do both at once because he's not dumb like me and where I'm trying to do both at once. So maybe we can set something like that up where, and I'll take the time, I'll bring up the ES chart. We can see, he can kind of explain what he would do if he was trading at that point and explain it in real time. And we can set this up where, like I said, we can notify everyone a couple of days ahead of time, say this is going to happen this day. And that way, anyone that wants to be there can be there. And we can even, advertise it later as, the people, if anyone wants to see it afterwards, if, maybe we can do that.
Yeah, or one-on-one, either way.
Yeah, there you go. And Cossack just said he'll hit you with a DM in Discord. It's
because you're looking at different things, and I probably used them in trading at one point, and so I understand, and and they work. So I'm just really focused on, focus number one, sort of like jet fighter pilot. Not that I can fly a plane, but the focus, or you're in the batter's box, or whatever. You just have to be focused. You don't want to get hit. You don't want to crash.
I think another good analogy for focus is, there's a lot of, I think there's a lot of gamers that also transition over to trading, and video games need that hyper focus a lot of times,
right. No doubt. Otherwise you get shot or killed, or as long as the video games are random, if you can memorize them, that doesn't really
right.
count.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
And they may be, but no, they can't be random because.
Well, I mean, I'm talking about some of these like multiplayer games where you're actually playing against somebody too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I haven't done any of that stuff. I don't have the technical ability.
Yeah, I'm not much of a gamer anymore. I used to be a little bit back in the day, but I've never been good at like shooting games and stuff like that. I'd shoot myself in the head once accidentally. Ricocheted off something and I got my own headshot.
What's my Discord? I'm not G-Man in Discord, am I?
You are BT by the F and the BTFDDA.
What's that? Oh, there he is. What's up, Consec? He's already there.
Good. John DeFore, 1, 2, 3 inning. Back up. It's our high of the evening. Oh, all the way up there. Okay. We've gotten into ugly chop now. What's gold doing over there? Gold's choppy too. Crude setting up. So did I miss anything on the NKD because I stopped paying attention to it? Let's see. And the NKD was ugly tonight. See, this is why I'm looking at the NKD. We'll turn back time again. Turn back time. And this was. I tried to lot this market. This was last night. You see this nice little blue candle 2 minutes after the Asia Open. You know, taking that there, you can see. Look at this, riding up. Now I wouldn't have stayed in that long. There's no way because I don't ever stay in that long. But that's a a 40 tick move on the NKD at $25 a tick, and that was within 13 minutes. So that's fine. And you can see beautiful, nice reversal move there and there. So there's two nice moves last night. Tonight it's just blah. It's just spotty. Oops. Again, last call for those ETF evals, 70% off. Sale goes till 9 a.m. tomorrow.
And I can't even see volume on my chart.
And my volume is, let's see, let's go to 30 seconds because it'll look less pathetic. 35, 60, 89, 48.
Not a lot.
No. ES is, let's see, helps if I there. 25, 20, 21, 37, 18, and 11. Actually, NQ's right now getting more volume than the ES's.
Yeah.
It's unusual. If I wanted to shorten my weekends, I would stream Sunday evenings. That's when the most action is.
What, 5 o'clock open for you guys? For you?
Yeah.
Yeah, no doubt. But I mean, there's enough in the regular trading hours to
Oh,
not
yeah.
have to worry about any of that stuff. I mean, Cossack, this is basically a video game as well, you know. You just have to figure out where to push the entry and the exit. That's it. Very simple. If you think about it. And, you know, what I did for a long, long time was just practice because it's a, well, it's like, I'm sure it's no different than gaming, right? You have to practice. You can't just come in and play whatever game and expect to do anything. So if you practice, you see what's actually happening, and you can maybe trade it a little better. Yeah, there you go. You know, if you look at the trades you actually took, and then how you traded it and what did it do. I mean, Ox says that all the time.
Yeah.
And the ones you should have taken but you didn't, and it was valid. You know, you're not going to take every one, but you know, what I practiced doing was taking it and then figuring out right or wrong, which is make money, don't make money, and then getting out, which gets, you actually you have to focus on what it's doing. In other days when we'd have like today, when they had that ramp up, I would just be shorting, and the ramp downs, I would just be longing. So, obviously that's against the trend, but there are times it works. I wouldn't recommend it, but it just helps. And if you trade the edges, then you know where your stop is. If that makes sense. So here, as it's gone up, if you short 49 or 48 here, that's an edge, and you can put your stop at 48 half. You can put a hard stop or a mental stop, doesn't matter. Or a long 44 quarter, 45, and then you put your stop at 44. Never got there. So if you trade edges and you fade edges, then you get run over once in a while, but it'll typically go to a little higher area and come right back. But that's all right. Get out, get back in. But Peter Davies explains it all. But I mean, 80% of the time the market's going sideways. But everyone has a trend strategy. And then everyone wonders why doesn't that work? Well, because it's not going up or down, it's going sideways. It keeps reversing. The nice thing about the bigger volume days is that it keeps reversing, but you get a nice long move, swing before it reverses. You might get 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 points before it stops and reverses. So you just have to figure a way of understanding when it's stopping, and then figuring out how to get in and stay in that trend.
John, Phillies win 7-0.
Wow.
Flyers didn't make the hockey playoffs. Not that I really follow hockey, but
Yeah, Warriors didn't make basketball either.
Sixers made basketball, but I don't think they're going to go far.
Yeah, I think, their big guy's going to get hurt as usual.
Yeah.
What's his name?
Embiid.
Yeah, he dunked the ball and he basically landed on his knee, and the surgically repaired one, so he was out for a while.
Yeah,
without him there.
Yeah, he can't stay healthy.
Yeah. I mean, he went up and threw it off the board and slammed it, but he landed. It's really bad landing. It's too bad. Exactly. Shouldn't have been playing. Yeah. I mean, he's such a good player.
Unfortunately, it's hard to keep those big men healthy. Although I guess he is playing tonight. Just looked at it.
Is he?
Yeah. 18 minutes, 16 points.
I think he's just, I mean, he had it repaired, so he's sort of gingerly scared, and he landed weird.
Yeah.
So it just freaked him out.
Yeah, and that's the thing. When you're thinking about it, that's when you're more likely to get hurt anyway, because you're not doing you're changing away from your normal mannerisms and your muscle memory, and I think you're more likely to get hurt.
Yeah, you got the Joker, and you got who's their point guard. They're just good, even with LeBron. Anthony Davis is another one who always gets hurt. Murray, that's it. Yeah, Murray's awesome. That's a good team.
Ha ha ha! Look at us. We got G-Man talking sports.
Well, I don't know baseball. I know basketball. But there's no trading, so
Yeah.
Yeah, John, it's all your fault. I mean, I knew baseball when Barry was around playing for the Gigantes. That guy was fun to watch. Oh my gosh. Such a good hitter. Winning the East. Who was it last year? Was it the Heat or Boston? Heat, wasn't it? Well, the Heat, they're not going to. Yeah, Barry. So I'd actually see him a little bit in high school. He played for Serra, which is in San Mateo, and they play at San Mateo Park. So the right field, it was like 350, 370, something like that. And then there was a sidewalk, and then there was a let's see, a 4 to 6 lane road, the El Camino. And then there was like bank buildings on the other side of that, and he would hit it off the top of the buildings, just basically crack the windows. It's like, holy smokes, who is this guy? Unreal. But yeah, the Giants. That was when we were good, I think. It, yeah, Celtics, probably Celtics. Yeah, Philly's out. Heat got they got their guy hurt. Who else? Minnesota, maybe. Pretty good. Yeah, Junior. That guy was amazing. Basically the same. Lefties. Their old man had played. Probably grew up the same way. I mean, Willie Mays was Barry's godfather. Yeah, I was listening to Colin Cowherd. He has a talk show, radio show, TV show, and he had Pete Rose on. And Pete Rose was talking about hitting against like Bob Gibson and all these old time pitchers, and guys he couldn't hit and guys he could hit, and how tough they were. It was actually pretty cool. On the left coast, which one's left?
Yours.
West Coast or East Coast?
West.
West. Okay. Well, the Warriors. I'm right here. Lakers suck. Bucks, yeah, Bucks might be the guys too on the East. Yeah, the Dubs. When I was in high school, we used to play at the San Bruno Rec Center in San Bruno, California, and that's where the Warriors would play. They just started playing over at Oracle in Oakland, but they used to do their summer camps and practice at that gym. So, we'd meet all these guys. We'd see them all, like the old time Warriors. Jabbar was down there one time. Will Chamberlain came down one time. He comes up in a Rolls Royce. We were kids. We would get in there and rebound for him, pass, warm him up, kind of stuff. Pretty cool. And then they moved they got big time, moved their practice facility. Yeah, Rick Barry, Clifford Ray, George Johnson, Jeff Mullins. I mean, that was 75 Warriors championship. Yeah. Post the link. What link?
Yeah, what link, Cossack?
Yeah, Curry. No, he wasn't on the team. He just was working out. He was on the Lakers. He was just in town and he worked out with them. But it was like he was there, and we just all kind of ran down there. We were in junior high. We just kind of took off and went down. Saw Will. Pretty cool. So that would have been 70s. Late 60s, 70s, somewhere in there. No, he wasn't on that team. He was on the Lakers then. That team in 75 was Rick Barry, Clifford Ray, George Johnson, Derek Dickey, Jamal Wilkes, Phil Smith, C.J. Johnson, the Hopper, bunch of guys. Al Attles coached. But Attles played with Chamberlain, so they were buddies. Al Attles' story is, yeah, me and Wilt went for 111 points last night. that was when Wilt got 100. That's how he told the story. It's hysterical. Now they kick us out. We can't watch practice, but we saw him cruising in. I wasn't at the game, but apparently they have it on radio, so I think so. I don't think they have it at TV. Yeah, I mean the guy averaged 75, dude. 55. He averaged 50 and like 20 or 30, 25 rebounds. Not 75. He averaged 50 for a season. He's got every record in the book. But they don't include him because, so long ago. Yeah, it was like 3 a day for his lifetime. I'm like, wow. Yeah, he wrote that in his book. Yeah, he was a big record guy. Bill Russell was a big winning guy. He would do everything he could so that the Celtics would win. Chamberlain wanted the records, like never foul out. So he would sort of take himself out if he was close. Stuff like that. Yep. We can do it in a couple more hours, or are we done?
We're done in a couple minutes.
I got you. There's nothing going on.
Yeah, there's nothing going on. Well, at least we had some entertainment tonight.
Yeah. Basically, one move. I mean, a lot of guys are set. They don't want to learn. I always want to learn. See what people are doing, seeing what's working, what's not working. And the whole key is you got to get your strategy, and then you have to be able to increase your contracts. So, you could trade one contract, but then you need a lot of points to make a living. If you trade more contracts, you don't need as much points. So I think what I figured out is you can do, a small to medium number of contracts, and you can do small to medium amount of points, and you can keep repeating it to a lot of trades.
Yeah.
So I think that's the key, not just one long one. Because they're hard to get. But if you see the direction and you keep going with that direction, like Ox has got the blue and the purples, and just keep taking them, it just adds up.
Cossack, I wouldn't, unless you're with you doing the prop firms, not sure I would start with 5. Gotta remember what your drawdown level is.
What do you trade down, Cossack? 5? So that's 250 per point. Did I get that right?
250.
Yeah, per
Yeah.
point. And so that's 1250 for 5 points.
So Cossack, I mean,
Oh, NQ. I can't
yeah,
help you on the NQ.
no matter what, I think and again, I'm a very conservative trader, but I think with the small drawdowns we have because of how quickly NQ or I mean even ES at times, even if you want to talk about ES, the way it burst down tonight, we weren't paying attention. Let's see, how quickly did that burst down on ES?
About a minute.
Yeah, like 5 points in 30 seconds. So even that would have wrecked you on if you're with $1,000 drawdown or whatever. So yeah, either way, I think the goal on the evals would be 1 or 2 contracts, get yourself funded, and then start building up the account so you have drawdown to add more, kind of like the scaling plans that some of the programs have. There's a reason they have those. Everyone thinks they're punitive, and sometimes they are, but it makes sense. When you have X amount of drawdown, add another contract so you have more room. So if something goes bad, it doesn't blow the whole account. That's the way I look at it. I mean, G-Man himself each day. If I'm correct me if I'm wrong here, G-Man. He starts off with a small number of contracts, and then on every win he kind of adds more. As he's going throughout the day, and if he starts losing or whatever, then he'll take some contracts off. Not losing, but like not winning. If he's getting out break even, whatever, and etc. Is that right, G-Man?
Yep. So 100 contracts. I mean, I would get there like this trade because I know absolutely it's going to bounce. I'm extremely confident in that trade. So I can put on whatever I can get put on there. I can't get that much in at this time of day. But you know, when we get to the edges, you know, like the Globex, so overnight high, overnight low, yesterday high, yesterday low. You know, I sort of see what's going on there, and then I can get contracts on in those areas if we're getting lower highs or higher lows, depending if it's down or up, top or bottom. So it's just specific times. You know, when we get events, it's like we're getting what's next week? NFP, FOMC, markets.
FOMC.
Yeah, so I can,
Actually,
you know,
next week we have both FOMC and FP.
yeah. So at those times, you know, you'll see it. It'll make a move up or down, and then I'm just going to fade that move and get as many on as I can because it's going to work.
So we've reached the top of the hour. So I think we're going to call it a night. Once again, thank G-Man for being on with us and answering everybody's questions. And
welcome, Kim.
We'll be back tomorrow.
John,
8 a.m.
I think John and Ace are going to get on next tomorrow.
John, we probably could convince John to get on if he didn't have that darn 9 to 5 that he just won't get rid of.
Yeah. Just can't talk baseball.
Have a good night,
if you want to focus your mind, get on the microphone because you have to focus. Otherwise, you know, well, it's good training. But anyway, we're out of time. So
have a great night, Kim. See you guys. See you all tomorrow, 8 a.m. Eastern. Bye.
8 a.m. Eastern. What?
If I can find my software. There it is. If you enjoyed today's live stream, remember we do this every day, Monday through Friday, 8 to 11 a.m. Hope you'll continue to join us. Also want to invite you to join our Discord community. Great community of traders talking trading, and sometimes just shooting the breeze about other things as well. Traders helping traders and encouraging traders there. Also, of course, follow me on social media, mainly on Twitter or at X, where you'll always find updates on the latest prop firm discounts and reviews, as well as get notified whenever a new video comes out from MightyOxTrading. Have a great rest of your day.